Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video to show you what you missed in our open house tonight during my office hours. When you first go to my office hours, this is what it's going to look like. There's going to be a screen here. Sometimes there's something on it and sometimes not. If I am showing me, then it'll probably show up here. And then if we're talking, it's gonna, or if we're, sorry, chatting and using this chat bar, it's gonna show up over here. And so this is a really cool thing that we do. I show up every Wednesday from 9 to 10. If nobody shows up around 9:45, I usually close it down a little early. But if you have questions or problems or things that you would rather work through with me, together we can figure that out. This is really cool because we can do screen sharing. We can try and figure it out together. And so this is an awesome time for you to come and visit and meet me. And um, I did have our open house last Wednesday and this Wednesday, and so I just wanted to show you what you missed. So during those office hours, I just shared this quick slideshow. There's some things that I want to go over as we're still towards the beginning of our course. A few reminders here. Oops, let me see if I can get my face out of the way. There we go. I just wanted to remind you that Unit 2 ends Sunday night. I believe it closes at 11 p.m. And then Unit 3, I actually have opened up all the units early. So Unit 3 will open Thursday, but it is not due until the next Sunday. So Unit 3 will be open for 10 days and then it'll close the next Sunday. And then redos and late work, I do accept those. So if you need to redo an assignment, if something wasn't up to par, then go ahead and submit it again, and I'll accept redos as well as late work. If you weren't able to finish something up for some reason, go ahead and submit it anyways. I do accept late work, and late work usually counts. It counts for up to full credit if we're within 2 units of the original unit, and if we're past that, then it'll count for up to 50%. So if you do have late work, if you do have something that you missed from the last week, I just suggest you get it done as soon as you can, so that you don't accrue any late penalties on that. And then I just wanted to remind you to read all the updates and emails. I try to only send, really helpful, useful information, and your parents are also getting the emails too. So I've had a few of your parents mention that they're getting those emails. So if you need to talk through things with your parents, or if there's information on there that you can share with them, then that's great. And then the last thing about making discussion boards meaningful. Now, discussion boards they really are what we make them, okay? They can be boring and they can be not very useful, not very insightful, or they can be an awesome conversation like one that we might have in an actual classroom. So in order to make those meaningful, number one, post your initial post before Wednesday or before or on Wednesday of the unit. And then that way, other students can respond to you throughout the week, and you can have great conversations and you can bring up great ideas. And then the second part of that is your responses. They are due Sunday night, but it's probably best if you get them done a little earlier in the week to really have a conversation and have time for that conversation. And then the third thing, which is super duper important, when you're writing your initial post or when you are responding to your classmates, go ahead and um, try to propel the conversation forward, okay? And what I mean by that is ask questions or make connections from what they're saying to something else in real life or another story that you know about, okay? Really try to propel that conversation forward rather than just saying, I agree with everything you said, because that's super boring, and that doesn't make our discussion boards very meaningful. Um, and then the last question, which is probably the most important reminder, send questions my way. If you're struggling or if you have questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to come and ask. And I'm here to help, and I love to help. So just real quick, a course overview. I'm sure you've seen this. We're already done with Unit 1. We're working on Unit 2. But then we have a unit about nutrition, a unit about consumer health, and then one about adolescence and development, and then one about alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, and then first aid and CPR, diseases and disease prevention, and then we have a final exam week, okay? Each of these units takes 1 week, so it's going to happen really super fast. So it's really important that you guys just stay on task and try to stay up to date with the course material. And then that last week isn't a week where you get to study and prep for the exam and take the exam. So we officially end August 1st, but you could be done as early as July 27th. As soon as that final exam opens up, then you're welcome to take it. Okay, now real quick, some tips for success here. These are for the this class as a whole, and so hopefully this will be helpful. So the unit quizzes, each of our quizzes you can take up to 3 times. So my suggestion for you is to do your best, and then once you've taken a quiz, look over your mistakes. Okay, look over those questions and answers that weren't quite right, find out why you got it wrong, and look for the answers in our course material, and then seek out which is the right answer before you even take the quiz again. And then try again and again if you need to. And like I said, you can take that up to 3 times. So that is really super helpful. It's going to take your highest score. And so my suggestion is you just, keep trying as much as you can. The same goes for the unit tests. Be sure you complete the test review. That will definitely help you review for it. Do your best, and then remember that you get 2 attempts at the test, so take advantage of that opportunity. Um, and then for your information, the unit tests are a lot like the final exam. A lot of the questions that you see on these, or all of the questions that you see on these tests, are in the pool for the questions to be asked on the final exam. So I would just suggest that you get familiar with how you take those tests, get familiar with, reviewing your answers and trying to find the right answers, and then you'll be ready for that final exam when it comes because you'll be prepared. All right, and then as far as course pace and communication, like I mentioned before, this really is a fast-paced course. 1 week per unit is not a lot of time. A week can fly by, especially if you're really busy with other things, which I know a lot of you have a lot of other things going on. So my suggestion is to stay ahead and get ahead. Like I mentioned before, each unit opens up on Thursday, so that gives you 10 whole days to complete it. So let's pretend that in week 3, in unit 3, that week, you have a family vacation planned. Unit 3 opens tomorrow on Thursday. Okay, we're still in Unit 2, but Unit 3 opens on Thursday. So my suggestion would be to get Unit 2 done and then hop right into Unit 3 and get it done so that you can go enjoy your family vacation and not have to worry about it. And then if you do have any problems, things that come up, be sure and let me know. If you were late because you got sick, let me know and we'll figure out how to make that work for you. And then the last thing I wanted to just mention here is about growth mindset. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but this is something that I've been really excited to share with you. Growth mindset, there's this video on YouTube that explains it super duper well. So if you would prefer to watch the video, go ahead and hop on there. It's called Growth Mindset versus Fixed Mindset. And it's just like the little sketch videos that goes through it and explains what it is and gives you some examples. I think growth mindset is super duper important for for learning for this class, but also for other parts of life. It really applies to all parts of our life, and so that's why it's something I really wanted to share with you. Um, so growth mindset is basically it's learning the skill of learning, or it could be like learning that failure is part of your learning process. Not being afraid to fail and trying again. That's the growth mindset, and it having the growth mindset really makes us want to do new things and try new things, and it makes us not fearful of failure or fearful of the outcome of that. So here on the right, I just wanted to include and talk for just a second about how to coach a growth mindset in yourself. Um, so there's some questions that you can ask yourself. What did you learn from today's performance? What steps did you take to make you successful today? What are some of the different strategies you could have used? How did you keep going when things got tough? And what can you learn from your opponent today? Okay, those are some really awesome questions that I love. And they really don't have, you could have failed or succeeded, and all of these questions would have applied. And then 5 feedback comments. Let's see. So these are things that you can tell yourself when you're trying to learn something new. This will be challenging, but I believe I can master it. You haven't got it yet, but you will if you keep working and thinking about it. I really appreciated your effort today. It is okay to take risks. That's how we learn. And getting better takes time, and I see you improving. So those are some things that you can tell yourself. I'm hoping that these are some of the things that I'm saying to you to help encourage that growth mindset. And then just some questions to ask yourself as we move forward and think about this a little bit more. When have you maintained a growth mindset and how did that help you? When have you had a fixed mindset, which is the opposite of growth mindset, and how did that hinder you? And how can you begin today to improve your mindset? And I know that all of us have had times where we've had a growth mindset and we've had a fixed mindset. Sometimes we've had experienced both at different times. But I just would encourage you to keep the growth mindset as often as you can. And this, like I said, it can apply to all parts of your life, not just this class. So I'm hoping that this will help propel you forward in all parts of your life. And then last but not least, I just wanted to share you can do hard things. That's kind of my emphasis this semester. You guys have already done many hard things, and you will do hard things. So I'm excited to see you do that in this course. And then just a quick quote from Albert Einstein. He said, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." And I really like that because I hope that you are learning to think for yourselves, and instead of just memorization and those things that we do, I hope you're really learning how to think and really learning how to learn and learning to be a lifelong learner, because that's the best when we just know we can keep on learning forever and improve ourselves forever. So if you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, we're off to a great start. Just a reminder, this is what you missed in our open office hours tonight. And just a reminder that I am here every Wednesday from 9 to 10. So like I said, if you have any questions, let me know.